Good morning, good morning. All right, so looking at the ES futures, could go either way, honestly. I don't see a trend in either direction. And we did break through that yesterday, so that was a huge drop. And now we've been kind of trading sideways. I'll call this hopefully a bear flag because I'm a little bit bearish right now, but this looks like it could be we could break to the upside. So this is a weird day. I think there's a lot of news going on that's negative and some news that could be positive. So I don't know which direction we're going to be going. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Hit me up with what you want to see this morning on the stream, what stocks are good for your charts. And basically what I'm thinking is that this uptrend is going to continue. And I do think we are going to retest on the daily, retest this moving average up here. So with the market right now, I do think we're going to get a nice pop this morning, and I could be totally wrong and we could sell off instantly, but the market's being super weird, and right now we should be heading lower. And if we go to the daily, I mean, we've been just in this bottom half of the Bollinger Band for 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. And if we look back, we've almost never spent that much time in the bottom half while we're trending up or coming off a bottom. So I don't think this bottom is the last bottom we're experiencing here. I do think we might roll over and retest this trend line down here again, or this support level. So I mean, after 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, we've already retested this blue line and we've already broken through it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, our fourth day. We'll see where we can go from here, but a lot of chop today. So chop meaning just up and down action. Even in the futures, like just look at this, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now we're heading, it looks like possibly lower. So hit me up with what you want to see, and we'll check out NBEV. It's a good one. NBEV is came out with some big news yesterday, right? So the farm bill just got passed, and let's just check out what they're trading pre-market. I don't really check it on here, but I usually use my cell phone. So pre-market, they're up 50 cents. So a little bullish action in NBEV. So we're going to be around 650 at the open. So around yesterday's highs, a little bit higher. And I do like the action here. I do think NBEV is trending upwards and it's moving all those averages up. So I am kind of bullish on the marijuana stocks right now, except for Tilray. Tilray is struggling to get out of this trend, and it looks like it just retested the bottom half of it yesterday. So really interesting price action with Tilray. And if you've been following, you know that I am a little bit bearish on this because it just has not broken through any of those trend lines. So Tilray is not getting any love from this farm bill pass or whatever they call it, but there is some bullish activity in the other marijuana stocks. And CGC is not falling as hard either. Let's just check that out. It's up 50 cents pre-market, so we're going to be opening up here at the upper part of that Bollinger Band, or the middle Bollinger Band. And yeah, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen when the market opens and where everything's going to be going. So there's a lot of things I'm going to be looking at today. Good morning, Guy, and good morning, Brian. Appreciate you guys joining. The SPY. All right, so I'll get you guys updated right now on the futures like I was talking about earlier. Basically, a lot of chop, a lot of up and down action, a lot of sideways action. And at this point, I think we're riding this trend line up, and everyone is kind of bullish right now. Not many people are bearish. So if you go against what most people are thinking, you should be shorting the market. But unfortunately, if we do get a monster rally from some trade proposal or some trade news that's positive, then we could pop up high. But the big thing is that with whatever pops we have in this market, I do see a lot of resistance with these moving averages, because when the moving averages slope down, that's a point where we're going to hit it and we're going to have trouble getting above it. So right here, we kind of hit it on this day and we gapped up the next day above it. But most days you kind of hit it and that's huge resistance. And we also have resistance coming with the 50. So the 50 is a hard moving average to get above as well. So this moving average is sloping down almost faster than the other averages. The 10 daily is a little bit faster, but all of these are starting to slope down, and this is considered very bearish because that is just showing that momentum is down. And on the weekly, we have a hard 10-week moving average in front of us, and we're also starting to flatline some of the other weekly moving averages. So those do provide a lot of resistance when we hit it. And let's check out what else everyone is looking at. Oh man, Robinhood. I can't believe they restricted the options. That is the most depressing thing I've ever heard, because I loved Robinhood and I loved trading on it, and they just shut down options trading for people, and they're stuck in options. And if you're day trading options, that can be brutal. You could lose almost your whole account if you're not in the right way. So I'm totally out of Robinhood. I'm back on Thinkorswim, and their customer support is unmatchable. And honestly, I think Robinhood it's just not worth it, no matter how much is free. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Brian. It's tough. Like, everyone flocks to the free place, and unfortunately, they can kind of screw you over, because when you're getting something for free, you're paying for something without knowing about it. And for that, you're paying for customer support. You're not getting that. You're paying the price of not getting proper option trading, apparently. So it's tough. But DTAs, this was called out too. I'm going to check out this. And all the averages are sloping down too. So this is a hard one to fight. Let's just try to draw a trend line and see if we're respecting it, which we are. I mean, most stocks have been down like this trend line is. And unfortunately, we're not going to be getting above this as easily. So don't be looking to go long yet until we pop above that. And Facebook, I'll show you what happened. Yesterday, we finally popped above this trend line, which hasn't happened in a long time. So the FANG stocks, Google, Netflix, Amazon, are huge. They're up huge pre-market. And that is another reason why I'm not too early to go bullish right now, or bearish. This would be a reason to go bullish, because all the FANG stocks are finally popping. And it looks like Facebook is finally out of this range and finally has time, or it can test this 150 range, in my opinion. So I am a little bit bullish on Facebook right now, and I do think it's going to be popping because it's been sold the most recently. And it looks like Google is heading down. It sat on its moving average and it's popping up. So it's hard to go bearish right now and hard to sell off. Amazon can retest this trend line one more time. That's 1720. I think it was almost there yesterday. And we got Netflix touch the top of the triangle, and kind of sold off in the afternoon, but not as aggressively as some other stocks. So yeah, just shocked at Robinhood and all that. Way too many contracts open. Tastyworks, that's a good call. February for January calls for Facebook could be a great option. The big thing is I've seen people talk about that China is buying these stocks right now because they don't want to see our market crash. And that kind of makes sense because, well, I mean, it makes no sense, but it makes sense because the market hasn't been like dropping. So right now the market is kind of just hanging out here. Nobody's buying it, but someone's that 280 range up here, 2,800. So 280 on the SPY. So that'd be another 15 points from here. But I mean, just look at the SPY on the daily. We got a red candle. We sold all the way down on this day. And then yesterday we popped up, touched that Bollinger Band, sold all the way down. So this is just two reasons why I'm not bullish on this week. And I'd love to see us break down to the bottom half of this Bollinger Band here. And I do think it's possible. We'll see where this candle opens. But yeah, we just need to see if buying comes in today, then we'll notice it right away. But just no big pops in the market. And right now we got the futures kind of dropping. We were at 262 at the high, and futures are looking like they're heading lower. So these moving averages are all coming together right now, which means we're going to see a big move at the open. And this is going to be exciting for you guys to see live. And the other thing is on the 15-minute, we have a bunch of averages in our face. So that's going to be hard to get around. And the hourly, we have some averages below us. That's going to be hard to break through in the 2-hour. So it's going to be interesting to see which direction it takes. All right, so let's see. Google. Do we want to see Google, or is that what you're asking, Brian? All right, so we will check out what's happening right now and get you guys ready. We have about 50 seconds till the market opens up. And yeah, pretty excited. Excited to see what's going to happen. And I'm going to move this over so you guys can see the trading screen. And we got the advanced decline up right now so we can see what the numbers come out to. This is the most important thing I follow. And then just charting the VIX, you can see we hung out here yesterday and we popped. So that pop can continue in the VIX. We're kind of hitting some resistance in the VIX as well. And if I head to the weekly, we have this trend line which we are hitting the bottom of. So on the weekly, I think we could pop from the VIX. So market just opened. Let's check out SPY right now. SPY 266.6, and that's a 100-point open. So that's pretty positive right now. Advanced decline is at 700, so that is lower than yesterday. So that means advanced decline is not as strong compared to yesterday. And if that keeps dropping, we're just going to keep losing strength today. And we'll see what happens. Right now, we're just riding this trend line here. And right now, we're sitting on it at the open. And if we break through it, that's going to be where everything's going to break down. So, going to be watching to see if that happens right now. And just going out to the daily, we'll check out where we opened. Basically in the middle of yesterday's candle. So that's where like most of the price was traded. So we went to the price control zone and then we broke that trend line. So I'm going to take that out and we'll see what's happening. Hit me up with whatever stocks you want charted and whatever you want to see. And we'll just be patient. I'm going to keep the stream going for like 20 or 15, 20 minutes. And that should be good enough. All right, let's check out the advanced decline. So advanced decline is moving north, and we'll just chart that. So ADD dollar sign is possibly filling this gap here, but it is lower than yesterday, and price is higher than yesterday's open or yesterday's close. So advanced decline hanging out in this zone, and I do think we'll end up dropping today, possibly to these moving averages. So we'll see if that can happen. The SPY is still hanging out here. It looks like it is trying to climb at the open, but again, we have all these averages in our face, and I don't think we're going to get above them. And let me know what you want to see. We'll check out the other big names, and I just don't think we're going to go too much lower because of the strength in the FANG stocks. So Amazon right now is within this triangle, kind of, and it did little break out of it, but right now it's trading with inside it. So this could retest the top of it, 1708, one more time, but if it breaks through it, that's going to be another test of that 1600 range, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And everything is looking like this in the FANG stocks. And Apple looks to be heading lower at the open. So Apple did get a nice pop this week, and this could also just be a bear flag. And we've had 3 touches of the bottom side, 1, 2, 3, and just like Amazon, we're just hanging out on the top. So we'll check out some of the other FANG stocks. Google looks like it's selling too, so everything's starting to sell a little bit right now, but not aggressively. And Google, unlike all the other ones, is not really trading within that triangle I showed you. It popped very hard recently, and a little bit more than the other ones. Netflix, and we're retesting this top part of the triangle again. And we'll just check out Tilray just to see the breakdown that we had yesterday. So we failed to get above this, and now we're heading to the bottom side of this. So this is kind of what I'm seeing in Netflix. So I think we're going to be heading to the bottom side here at the 266 range. And let's check out what's the other one? So Alibaba, and this one is within this channel, and I'm looking for a channel break, and it looks like today we might finally get that. So Alibaba within this channel for a while, and it's about time that we get out of it, and it looks to be testing that downside again. So advanced decline is dropping for the first time this morning. We did pop to touch the highs of yesterday, and now we're selling down. So let's check out SPY just to see what's happening. Not too much going on. The morning's been pretty boring recently. A lot of just sideways action, and then the afternoon is where all the selling comes in usually. So we've sold off 3 afternoons in a row. Let's see if it happens again. And right now, just pretty quiet. So the only thing that's moving is the advanced decline, which does show that the market is just getting weaker and weaker as the day goes on. And we have the VIX touching the lows from yesterday and popping a little bit. And the VIX does have some of those moving averages in its way as well. So VIX bottoming from yesterday's, and it's going to find some support there in my opinion. So I don't think we're really going to pop today in the morning, but we'll see what kind of news or actions come out from Trump and China. Advanced decline, check it out in a minute, still hanging out. And yeah, if you were looking at my market mover indicator, you would be buying the advanced decline, but you really can't buy it. So it's interesting to see how some of those things react to it. SPY, and little pop here. It looks like we're still within all these averages and just hanging out inside them. Not much is going to happen. We'll check out NBEV, see what the news did. So the farm bill was passed yesterday, and this is great news for NBEV. And if you followed my stream the last couple days, you would have saw that it broke through that last high level and retested yesterday. And I said this would pop. It was a buy. It was going to retest and pop it. So that looks like what happened. And now we're just following this more aggressive trend line. So we'll see if it can stay on this trend line for a while. And I do think it can. I think the next level is going to be the up here at the 780 range, 750 range. So we'll see if the upward momentum can continue. Tilray 84, and then I was checking out Nvidia. I did have some puts yesterday and had to get out of them because it went against me. And it looks like Nvidia is just finding more and more reasons to pop. And this trend line here is being touched a couple times. And this is just like Netflix. So I do think we're going to pop to that 155 range in Nvidia. And we might stop right about there and just hang out. So the whole market looks to be heading north this morning. 267 for the SPY. And I do think we're just going to test that the highs from yesterday possibly. So that would be 268. And let me know what you want to see, what looks good. Right now, market in general, just going to head higher in the morning and probably just hang out up there. I do think we're just going to trade sideways most of this week. It's going to be pretty boring, but we're going to end up making a huge move soon once we get out of this range. So this 4-hour average is sloping up now, and we kind of bounced off it. So this is a good sign for a possible run because that supported us. And if it keeps supporting us, then we're going to have this sloping up again. And if it's sloping up, you're going to see price action head to that 280 range. And that could happen. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. But yeah, lots of sideways action. So let's check out just the scan feature. Let's scan for some stocks that are popping the most options wise. So we got AFL and Monster. These options are up. Let's just see some more options. These options are up 1,000%. Let's check out AFL. And GE's options are up 1,000%. So let's see what GE is doing. Wow, GE's up 10% right now. So that's why those options are up so big. And AFL, so GE is running today. AFL, AFLAC is up 6% pop at the open. And looks to be just within these two moving averages on the daily, touching those averages again. But it looks like we had possible lower high here, some divergence in the indicator too. And that's a good possible runner for the week or for next week too. So AFLAC, that was a huge move. And we'll just check out some other options that popped. First Solar, FSLR, and then we'll check out BBBY. FSLR. Solar is up 2%. And it looks like these weekly options would have gone up 800%. So that's pretty huge, and this is still rising today. So this looks like a good runner as well, and you kind of find the momentum from what's popping from the options. So that's kind of my strategy with some of this. Triple BY, I don't know what this is, or Bed Bath & Beyond. So these must be the puts. This gap down today, and those puts must be up huge. So those puts are up almost 2,000%. And if we go to the daily, we'll see that it's just getting tighter. The dividend was given out today, so people might be just getting out of the stock now. And then SPY, we'll see what's happening. 268, 266.8, and yeah, we'll just keep on watching, keep on being patient. All right, so just waiting for a big move or some sign that we're going to be moving in a certain direction. And right now, just pretty boring, nothing happening. So the advanced decline had a little pop, but it's now heading lower, and we're getting a big drop in the advanced decline. So that's one thing I'm watching. And then the VIX is popping here. So kind of when both are working together, that's when you should go short. But you just want to see consistent readings like that. You don't want to go short right away. And that's all I got. Let's check out what else you guys want to see. Facebook week in pulling tech. GE got upgraded. So yeah, that could be big news for GE. I mean, it's been kind of getting sold off like throughout the whole year, and GE is just getting no love, honestly. So I think the market cap is still very, very high, and I don't think GE is going to be I don't think it's going to be being bought by many institutions anymore, because there's no dividend, market cap's still high, and they're not profitable. And we're going to go see Facebook. We got some dropping this morning. Nothing too aggressive, though. And I just think we might retest the channel one more time. But we did get a breakout. We'll see if it lasts. Advanced decline is still heading south. So that's a huge drop in the ADD. And SPY is moving south too, it looks like. So yeah, the readings are just getting more and more negative. So this is a weakness developing in the market. Man, this is no good for some of you investors. We'll check out Amazon. Amazon looks to be heading higher, and it's really tough to. So market is going down, and some stocks are going up. There's a lot of misaction, like misprice action here and there. So let me know what else you want to see. I have to check out ACB as well. ACB. Aurora Cannabis is down 4%. And yeah, touch that moving average one more time and is selling down. So Aurora Cannabis still in that downtrend, and I'm going to just draw that trend line now. So this downtrend is continuing, and I don't think it's going to pop today, unfortunately. And we're getting huge negative readings now, lower in the advanced decline, negative 300. The stocks are dropping and dropping, and this this is heading almost to the negatives. So this might be a good time to load up on some options on some things that you're charting. We'll see if the market follows. Right now SPY is not dropping with the index or with the advanced decline, which is kind of shocking. NQZ, this is NASDAQ minis. All right, NASDAQ, I liked the triple Qs. I like the NASDAQ. I think it just looks pretty bullish right now, and yet again it is on a steep uptrend, and those don't last long. Those get shot down pretty quickly. So it's interesting to see the triple Qs and the NASDAQ looking so strong like this. And yeah, we just have a lot of consolidation happening. It's hard to know, but this is pretty much all I got this morning, and I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. This is Market Moves signing off. Enjoy your day. Peace.